Hello, hermaphrodites. Yes, I'm going to start calling people that when I open for each show now. This is the Leviathan, as I call myself on several internet places. I usually call myself other things if Leviathan is not taken, which usually it isn't, because that's a very, very, very common name, and usually obsessions for teenage boys such as myself. Today, I'm actually, for the sample, I'm going to be talking about a sort of desensitization in today's youth, just to make sure everybody is thoroughly bored by the time this 30-minute show is over. Before I begin, I'm just going to say, I'm also going to put this for whoever reads the actual thread on in 3dsplz1, past 9 o'clock. If you book a slot past 9 o'clock, that is the only time that you can curse or play any music that curses. That is the adult time. I'm going to say you can use offensive language, you can say pretty much whatever you want, because I'm going to put a disclaimer that whoever is up past 9 o'clock and listening to the radio, be prepared to hear suggestive language. Jeez. The type of desensitization I am speaking of is mainly when you go to pretty much every single freaking community website, you will always see that group of emo, goth, that sort of thing. It's never a fun thing to see when you're people like me. I really hate that wrong. I really don't. It's not. It's when I used to think that I used to think that I needed to be an asshole in order to keep those people away. Actually, you just kind of need to just disagree with them once, and then they'll hate you forever. And that's pretty much my battle tactic now. Instead of being an asshole, I just disagree with them once. It's the same thing with feminists, same thing with homosexuals, same thing with neutralists. Most of them, actually. Kira used to be like that, but now she isn't. And she's apparently fallen off the face of the planet since she was demoted. I haven't seen her since. Funny thing is, right around the time that everybody started reporting her, then she started being an actually good moderator, which she denies it, but I'm pretty sure that the only reason she was actually starting to be a good moderator is because people were reporting her, which it's a good tactic, except for the fact that it didn't work out for her because, she got demoted. Back to the teen angst type subject. I was in Spencer's the other day. Spencer's, ironically, the same name as who I'm actually making this video for. Spencer's is actually, for those of you who don't know, a skater shop that sells professional grade dildos and sex toys out of the back. It's actually a pretty nice place. It's got some good music playing in the background for, the teenage people like me. It has some cool sunglasses, some cool stuff like that, but then the rest is all the typical emo, Jack Skellington, all that kind of crap. For some reason, emos have some unhealthy obsession with Jack Skellington, and therefore they made an entire brand of clothes named after him. But I'm just going to say right now, I was in there with my best friend, and he is definitely one of those types of guys. I mean, he's really, really cool. I get onto him constantly about it, that he is literally the most teenage guy. He went in there, and every single thing that he would pick up, I would say 3 edgy, 5 me, because every single thing he said he picked up and he liked was literally 3 edgy, 5 me, because he would pick up things, kill me, or he bought a Jack Skellington hat, which my brother said was cool. I don't think it's cool. I really don't. On top of that, he straightened his hair, which his hair actually looks good straightened. Now it's all, emo type thing. He also got contacts, which made his eyes deeper, bigger, and gray, which pissed me off because I can't even look at him anymore without getting thoroughly freaked out. He got earrings. Yeah, and he's constantly depressed. His name, not his username, but his name on Kick is it doesn't even matter anymore, and his motto on Skype is fuck you. And it really, I don't know why. I think it's just because I grew up having him as the only friend I had, but that's pretty much the only thing he's got going for him there. He's literally a freaking, if he would just try, he would be like a freaking chick magnet, but he's not trying. I think that he's only doing that because he thinks it makes him look cool, which he knows that I don't think that it looks cool. And I would have no problem showing him this thing, this video, see what his opinions on it were. He'd probably get mad, but who cares? I'm me, and I never get mad at, I never care when people get mad at me. Anyway, when you're in Spencer's, when he bought all that stuff, I looked back there, and there were these two kids in the back with their mother, the dildos section. The kids were playing with the dildos. And it made me uncomfortable, I'm going to tell you right now. They were having a sword fight with dildos. It was nice to see that. I mean, I'm sure Carlos would very much enjoy that. But it wasn't exactly something that I enjoyed seeing because it was disturbing. It was thoroughly disturbing. But that just goes hand in hand with the whole emo thing. Used to, you would see very few homosexuals. Very few. I mean, homosexuals will get literally picked on to death for being homosexual. Now, you're pretty much, the homosexuals are pretty much picking on you for not being homosexual. They use offensive language to us, actually, like homophobe and shit like that. But the big thing is that now that there are so many, there is so much potential for so more. It's scary because now people are teaching their children that it's okay to do this, and just like people say, we like things that are new. And what's the newest thing of all? A new gender. Let's all just change genders. We can all just have just special genders I can identify as a piece of bread if I wanted to, and everybody would accept me. Everybody would accept me for who I am because I was so confused about myself. I never knew that deep down inside I was a fucking piece of bread. I'm gonna try to censor all the curse words out. I may fail. I have to listen to it a couple times and do my best to do that. Anyway, the thing is that I hate the fact that on every single community you go to, there is that kind of stuff. Like I said before, every single community there is the emo crowd, and the emo crowd is the one crowd I want to stay away from. It sends shivers down my spine in some cases. Some of them, I know that a lot of people here like role playing. I did until I started role playing, and then everybody couldn't speak coherent English, so I just fuck it, I'm not doing it anymore. But the role playing community has three sides actually. The comedic side, the decent side, and the horrible side. The horrible side has emos that are there. The orphaned, bisexual, freaking thing, freaking if you go to any if you go to any roleplay site, you're going to see at least one original character that is like the dark angel prince of darkness and bisexuality or some crap like that, whose parents were killed at the age of 14 and now he's an orphan and he's had to live on his own forever, but all he wants to do is all he really wants to be is loved. And you'll I mean, I'm sure a lot of you can agree with that. I'm definitely just to interrupt here, I just had a thought. I'm definitely going to host a weekly news thing. So every week I'm going to have a show where I give the news on Plaza. So if you really don't feel like reading through a couple hundred forum posts all bashing a certain person or something like that, I'll definitely read them for you. I'll also take people's comments, etc., etc. I'm not quite sure whether or not Rob is going to allow people to play music. That's one thing, because if it's going to be on 3DS Plaza, he has to have the correct license to allow people to stream music. I'm not quite sure music that's not theirs, of course. I mean, you can stream original music all you want, or like fan music or anything like that from YouTube. Yeah, you can stream all of that you want, but I'm not quite sure whether or not he'll be allowing people to use licensed music, like shit from Katy Perry and stuff like that. I know that I wouldn't. I'm not going to actually run it. I'm not going to manage it. I'm going to let Rob do that. Because I just don't see myself as... Actually, I don't know if I'm going to let Rob do that. I'm torn between letting either Rob run it himself, which he has, it's of course up to him, or Mia, because Mia has taken interest in it, and I actually think that she'd be really good handling the community with it. But back to the desensitization. The problem when you desensitize your children to that thing, there is so much more of a chance that it will happen that it's almost certain that your son's gonna turn out gay. It's not really your decision. Your son's gonna turn out gay. I'm sorry. You're gonna have a gay son. If you accept gays, you're gonna have a gay son. I personally, I don't like homosexuality. I mean, I'm Christian. I am taught to love people no matter who they are or what they're like. It's not my place to judge people. That's between them and God. But I hate them. I hate them with a passion. Not because they are homosexual, but because they are offended by those who aren't. If I tell somebody I disagree with their homosexuality, oh, you're oppressing me. No, I just disagree. Oh, no, you're oppressing me. No, I'm not. I'm just disagreeing with you. I mean, do you disagree with my lifestyle? Of course I do. Well, then you're oppressing me. No, I'm not. And then if I say anything else, they're like, okay, I'm going to ignore you now. And then they walk away. Or if they're on the internet, which is more common, they'll just block me. Sound like somebody we all know? Thought so. The other day, I had a conversation with a certain user. I'm not going to name names. Dave. It was Dave. She said, she, whatever it is, said I was not only sexist but homophobic, and that I was unaccepting of her lifestyle, and that she could be whatever she wanted to be. And I said, that's not, like I said, it really isn't. That is not how it works. You cannot just be born a girl and say, magically, I am a man. I can be a man now. That's not how it works. A woman will never be able to produce semen, and a man will never be able to give birth. That is just one of the differences between male and female. If you cannot give birth, you are a man. If you cannot give or produce semen, then you are a woman. Maybe you're one of the rare cases that can't do one of those, or that can't do either, or something like that. You are a girl depending on which extra chromosome you have. You can either be a girl or a boy depending on whether or not you have an extra X or an extra Y chromosome. It's just as simple as that. And I don't think there is. If there is, it's extremely rare that there is a case in which somebody has the exact same amount of chromosomes. It encourages stupidity is one of the most challenging things to deal with these types of people. They encourage people to be stupid, and just if they aren't accepting, then you don't have to deal with that kind of hate. It's not what they fail to realize is that it's not necessarily hate. It's just disagreement. You can't deal with that kind of intellectual stimulation in your life. I had a conversation with this one person online. It was a game called Guy Online. I was playing it, and I had a guild. I just thought that it would be fun to have a whole bunch of people get it was called Midnight Class, and I thought, you know what I want? I want to make everybody pretentious as possible, and so I made everybody get in suits, I made everybody come to a big mansion, and we all just were pretentious as crap, and it worked. It was fun. Everybody had a good time. Then actually, the crappy thing is that after that, a lot of people actually came into the mansion while the party was going on. So everybody, we got an incredible rise in people asking to join the guild. Most of those people were actually bisexual, homosexual, and then there's transsexual. I don't care if you are bi or homosexual. You are either male or female. Then there is a transsexual. That's what made me mad, because this person was not just transsexual. He was trying their best to make everybody uncomfortable, because the avatar was a man, clearly a man, but wearing makeup and a dress. That's what pissed me off, because when she asked to join the guild, the application was, what gender are you? That was one of the questions in the application. And she said, I am neither male nor female. So, what about transsexuals? Or neutralists? I am neutral. I am neither male nor female. And I said, then pick one. And she says, no. And I'm like, well, then fuck you. I can do whatever I want with my guild. If you are not going to pick either male or female, you are not going to join my guild. You know what, you're oppressing. No, I'm not oppressing you. You're treating me different than everybody. No, I give everybody else the choice of either male or female. I'm not going to make anything special for you. It's just confusing to everybody else. I'm not going to create a freaking entire thing just for you. Like one of the things was you can get perks in Midnight Class if you're extra pretentious by calling men gentlemen and females ladies or madame, something like that. And she's like, what about transsexuals? And I was like, man, female, I don't know. I mean, pick a gender. I'm not going to make an entirely new word just for you. And she's like, you're stupid. Great argument there. And she says, well, I don't know if it was a she. I don't know if it was a boy or a girl, because it looked like a boy, but it had makeup on. That was the thing. That's the, that's it. It's raping us. the homosexuals are raping us. It's same thing with this. What is his name? Isaac. I think his name is Isaac. Spectre, whatever his name is. The big problem with him is that he may be gay, but he rapes you with his gayness. I remember when I first saw his profile, I didn't even know who he was. And I hated him because he raped us with gayness. I remember when I first was... I had to tell him multiple times when we were... I had to tell Fred multiple times when I was a moderator that Spectre's is a moderator, and his... pretty much everything in his signatures, all of his signatures were incredibly offensive because they were all of men kissing. And when I am scrolling through freaking the Brony post or the freaking staff discussion thread or something like that, the last thing that I want to see is two gay guys freaking having a tongue battle, okay? That's the freaking tongue fisticuffs is not the one thing that I am just begging my freaking good buddy Isaac to post in his goddamn signature. And he knows it too. Actually, one time he actually did take it down for me. Then he just put it up again. Then he took it down after I got onto him about it. I got onto him so many times about it. I had to get Fred... I told Fred about it. I don't know if it was because of Fred or not, but at one point after I had told Fred about it, he did take it down. But every time without fail, he would put it back up and continue to offend the countless lives of innocent civilians. Aside from the gays and the emos and that kind of thing, you're always going to get to something like the animes. Which, anime's cool. I like anime. Except when you're so incredibly enveloped in anime that you can't relate anything that ever happens in real life to anything other than anime. I can relate anything that I do in life to a song by Tool or A Perfect Circle. Like there was this one song, Vanishing, that was at the very beginning. It says thinner, thinner into the air. And as I was sitting there the other day, I was freaking building a wall with my brother for my father's house, and I had to put glue, that kind of caulk-like glue. It's that C-A-L-K, not the C-O-C-K. Caulk-like glue on this piece of wood, and as I was doing it, it started to get thinner and thinner, and I thought, oh my freaking god, it's the freaking Vanishing song. And you see, that's all good and fine, but animes, I mean, I can relate multiple things that happen in, like, even anime to something that has already happened, but when you have been watching anime and doing nothing but praising your Lord and Savior, freaking Ash Ketchum, or freaking Naruto, Sasuke, freaking Nia Teplin, whoever that is, I don't know who that is, for your entire life, and you cannot relate anything to that, I mean, especially things like Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is a decent anime, but not so decent that you would praise it so much. Yeah, I got like 5 minutes left on this show. Basically, I've been trying to fill things in because I don't really have that much to talk about right now because this is supposed to be just a sample. This is basically, I'm sure Spencer's gonna hate it, and he's gonna be like, you know, nah, I don't want to be in it. He'll probably make up an excuse or something like that. I still have yet to do multiple things on Scribble Hub. Freaking IP gets blocked. Everything. My life is a mess right now. But I'm gonna make this, and hopefully I'll get people who actually can make something out of this. I mean, I want multiple different shows. I want multiple different shows with multiple different subjects and all that. I don't want any other news. When you go to freaking WBIP, The Blaze, all of that, you see political talk shows based on emeritus politics. I want to see politics based on people's opinions of this website. That's what I'm trying to get going here. I want to turn this into a thriving community that will get other people, and I'm going to gladly advertise for 3DS Plus and this thing, and I'm going to try to get this on several different broadcasting apps, because if you see, I damn sure would if I went and I found 3DS or Plaza Live. That's what I've called it, by the way. It's Plaza Live Radio. If I went and I saw Plaza Live Radio, I would go to that, and if I was listening in, I like, wait, what are they talking about? Hey, this guy's kind of funny. I want to see what he's talking about. And then every so often you would hear, go to live.3dsplz1.com or 3dsplz1.com and sign up, and then the occasional commercial for 3DS Plaza saying, hey, support our generous host, and you'll find out what the hell we're talking about. And then I'll be like, okay, I'm going to go look at this, see what this is. And then, like, the vast majority of people listening to the radio show will be like, oh, this is 3DS Plaza. Bye. And then the other people will be like, oh, this is a 3DS thing. This is kind of cool. Yeah. I think that people like Champion Link, what is his name? Whoever did that, the monthly, or I think it was monthly, either monthly or weekly 3DS Plaza news, that had various different things for Nintendo. I think that he would do a good Nintendo talk show type thing, but I'm definitely going to fill the weekly spot for stuff like that. And I might have other people help me with it. I'm definitely going to need co-hosts at some point. That's definitely something. I like to co-host with some people. I would definitely like to do it sometime with Rob or Lanny. Yeah, Lanny would be good. Lanny, baby. I'm sure that Spencer. I really think that Spencer would be a good DJ, and he would actually be able to bring some good things to the table. But I just don't think that he would be committed enough to book more than a slot per year. I think that Carlos would actually bring some good stuff to the table. I really think that he would. He's very opinionated, and I like that about him. Like I said, a little bit arrogant. I know that Antichrist would also be able to bring more than you would think. But I've, for some reason, heard his parents, I don't know if I'm remembering this correctly, for his parents to be kind of strict. I don't know what exactly I'm planning on doing with this. I'm sure it's going to freaking fall to the ground because nobody's actually going to give a crap about it. But, I mean, hey, it's going to be official. If Rob was serious about putting it in the header, then it's going to be official, and people are going to actually listen to that. That's 25,000 users, and it's a pretty good thing. Pretty good thing. Oh, I remember that. Can't remember what it's. I'm just trying to fill up space for the next 2 minutes. 1 minute now, because right now I have nothing to talk about. I would certainly hope that there would be actually something to talk about that not many people know, or something like that. If I'm planning on talking about something out of 3DS Plaza, I'm definitely going to have to go write it down and actually do it like actual hosts do, and actually have to figure out what I'm going to be doing instead of just like winging and like, yeah, I can do this. This is awesome, I can do this. So basically, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this incredibly boring 30-minute long segment of me doing nothing but expressing my feelings, and hopefully you will tune in again at other points, especially when I'm going live. Goodbye.